what time it is. Marvin Devine, Huber, Axel, and you know how we do. Yeah, I got the juice. Big game cool, make them look like cool. Always play it cool, that's the biggest rule. Forget what they doing, keep on doing. I've been making loot since like 22. Ask me how I made it right here in the booth. I'm always pursued cause of what I pursue. That's greatness, yeah, I gotta make it, I got things to lose. Boy, wanna get in my crew, but you can't get in my crew. Me, XL, and Huber, way too fireable. When this joint drop, better call the truth. And when you hear the drop, better raise the roof. Better raise the roof. You already know what happens when we link up. Let's go. Yeah.
Y'all ready for this? Yeah.
This is the Lisa Baxter Show, giving you the 411 in the kidney world. My girl, and say, this is.
What is so hard about wearing your mask? I don't know how many signs they're going to put up and what they're going to say or do. Wear your mask. I told you once and I told you twice. I said wear your mask. This is not funny. You are not doing the distancing thing. You're having too many gatherings and too many parties. You just want to be jacked up, don't you? Because you do not listen. You spreading this coronavirus. There's this COVID, whatever you want to call it, this crazy disease to so many people, and you are not caring. Well, I got a thing for you because you have ran into the COVID vigilante. If I see you coming, I might get you on GP. So you better put your mask on. I better not catch you. Or football, basketball, baseball, all that's going to be in the house when I catch you. So I just want you to know that right now, because this is the Lisa Baxter Show, giving you the 411 in the kidney world. Hi, guys. How are you? Happy Palm Sunday. Happy Sunday. All right. Let me give you your scripture early. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But in his law doth he delight himself in the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers that bringeth forth fruit in the season. Well, I wanted to give you that. I also want to say thank you to everybody that prayed for me during this coronavirus COVID situation. that I did not ask for that I got. All right, I'm still working on it, still dealing with it. My breathing is better. I'm not feeling all the way up to par. I'm having some bad back and muscle spasms right here. I must have rubbed 50 creams on. But we're gonna get to our show. And I just wanted you to make sure that you take care of yourself. You got to invest in these things right here where you charge your phone when you're out in the street and your batteries is running down, but you have charged these things to charge your phone. This is very good to bring up your air and your oxygen. I have to do it a lot. All right. And they gave me some fusion at the hospital that helped me to kick this and keep my kidney going. You know what I mean? And I had to get a vaporizer. I had to get something to touch my oxygen and test my pulse and stuff like that. And I just wanted you to know, this vaporizer was really good. And it's still blowing over there. All right. So I just wanted to tell you those kind of things because you need so much to take care of yourself sometimes. And you need your family, your friends, your community. You need every drop of prayers. And you guys rock. When I say y'all family, child, y'all family. Now let's get into this show right here. Excuse me, while my back is still holding up and while you're still looking so wonderful out there. I have an excellent guest. The man is a blessing. Woo! I met him as a teenager, and I still know him to this day at 58 years old. He is a former congressman. He's a former congressman of the United States of Congress. How about that? And I want to welcome him to the show because he's a community man. He's still working no matter what. He's still trying to help and he's still trying to make a difference, even though he doesn't carry that office anymore. But we respect him and we still call him Congressman. What I'm going to tell you. Okay, what am I going to tell you? He's involved. Well, right now, I am going to welcome Congressman or former Congressman Edolphus Towns. Woo-hoo! Welcome to the Lisa.
Make it.
Oh, hey, Congressman.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm just so happy to see you and to know that the COVID situation, that you were able to come through it. Because as I was saying early on, that so many people did not make it. And to see into the fact that you were able to make it, I just thank God for it. And to know that that voice of yours will continue to be out in the community, making a difference in so many ways. We need you. We need you. We need you desperately because let's face it, we need to have a voice now to be able to say what needs to be said. When you look at what's going on in this world, that they're trying to suppress our vote, they're just trying to do all these different things to make certain that we get discouraged and not to come out to vote. But I got news for you. I think that people in the minority community in particular, especially the Black community, is saying, whatever you do, we're not going to stop voting. We're going to get out there. The fact that you're not going to give me any water becomes, in the state of Georgia, that becomes illegal to give a person a bottle of water if they're in the line to vote. I mean, all that kind of stuff just to sort of discourage people and to be able to create long lines so that they would get out of the line without voting. Well, I want you to know that what they're doing, based on my views and my feelings and the people I'm talking to, they're just encouraging us because we're saying that enough is enough and we're not going back to where we were when you had to take an exam to pass, to be able to vote and all those kind of things. And there were some of the exams could not be passed because the questions that they were asking, nobody could answer them. I never forget my grandfather telling me about how they used to ask him about how many ears of corn in a bushel, and before he could vote, and he would say that they asked him all these different questions, and he never had the opportunity to vote. He finally, they said, you passed. And when they said that, my grandfather became ill. And before the next election came around, my grandfather was dead. So he never had the opportunity to vote. So I tell you, I go to the polling site. I don't only go to vote for my favorite candidate. I go to vote for my granddad and all those granddaddies down through the years who never had an opportunity to cast their vote. And to say to my granddaddy, I want you to know that I was able to serve in the United States Congress for 30 years because of the fact that people decided to come out and vote in big numbers. So I go to the poll with a big smile on my face because of the fact that things have now changed. But they're trying to roll back the clock. But I'll be honest with you, I don't think the people are going to allow it. And I'm excited about the things I'm hearing that we're going to keep moving and keep marching and doing what we need to do in order to cast our vote. So voices like yours, Lisa, I think it's just so important in this day and age, more than ever, to be able to have folks like you that fully understand and recognize that together we can make a difference and we can bring about a change. And I'm happy to be on your program and to know in terms of the kind of work that you've been doing and the things that you've been doing, especially in the healthcare field. Healthcare is so important. And you understand that and been able to voice it for many of our friends and talking about the importance in terms of wearing a mask and talking about the importance of washing your hands and doing all the kind of things that sort of keep us moving and keep us healthy. So I thank God for you and what you're doing because today more than ever, we need it. And I work in a community. Yeah, in fact, I live of course, in Cypress Hills, East New York. And that's a community that has been neglected when it comes to some healthcare matters. There's, the fact that people, for some reason, have not gotten the kind of service in those areas that we feel that they should have gotten. And so we're fighting to be able to get that. And we have this organization called Rise Up, Edolphus and call, and then we have, and of course, it's making a difference by telling people. We've had folks that say, I'm not going to get a shot. I'm not going to get it. But through this organization and talking to people, that folks have been convinced to be able to go out, get the shot, to be able to protect themselves from corona. I mean, and let's face it, a lot of folks, are no longer here because of the fact of coronavirus. So thank you for your work. Thank you. Yes.
Wow. Well, this is good. I mean, that you're talking about this and that you're putting this out there. I'm glad to be working with you with Rise Up East New York. I'm very proud about that and very excited about that. The vision is so beautiful and it's so plain to not just help the guy or the family that's sick, but to help them sick in the pocket, sick, mentally, naturally, physically, spiritually. So we're trying to help the whole man or the whole family, and to work as a group like we are and see the need out there in all the different places is very helpful and very much a blessing to get food out there to them, education out there to them, events out there, resources, giving stuff out in a way, and you're in the heart of the whole thing. What makes you work so hard for the community? Because it's good to work and live in the same community. I've done that. I still do that type of thing. I ain't mad at you. Come on here.
Yeah. Actually, when you look and you see that people sometimes have problems because they do not have information. And I just think that if you can get information out to them, in most of the cases, they will respond in a very positive kind of way. So that's the reason why I think this whole Rise Up program is so effective, because it has the ability to go into agencies that are providing a certain service and to supplement what they're doing. And they are very receptive because the cause and the effort, is so great that any kind of additional help you can get, people welcome it in terms of the different agencies. And we have some agencies out here who are doing, good work. And some are really struggling because the lack of really resources, and to have Rise Up to come in and to assist them in what they're doing, it makes a real difference. But the key to it all is to make certain that people have information. And that's the thing that we have where people will say, oh, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that. And through this effort, by making contact, that we'll be able to tell them in terms of some things that they can go and that they can do that can change their situation. And East New York is an area where the need is really great. Have a lot of developments, and we can get into those developments and sort of share what's going on and what needs to happen. That once we do that, people will say, okay. And I'm hoping that when years to come, people will look back at something that will probably go all over the city and maybe all over the nation. And they will be able to look back and say it started right here in the East New York, Cypress Hill section of Brooklyn, the area that was being
that's right.
neglected healthcare wise, is now aware, and they're moving forward, and people and they're excited. And of course, that is important. Healthcare is very important.
What I like is that we work with everybody, from the bodegas, the supermarkets, the other agencies, foster care, whatever agency is in that area or section. And some stuff, of course, is outside of the section to bring help to the section. But, we are dealing with the section itself and the people themselves. So I'm just looking forward to change and looking forward to this. Now, before you got into politics, what were you doing before, if you don't mind me asking, sir?
Yeah, not at all. I served before I was on the administrative staff of Beth Israel Medical Center. I was one of the first Blacks to be able to become an administrator at Beth Israel back in the days in Beth Israel in Manhattan. And of course, after Beth Israel, I went to Borough Hall as the first Black deputy borough president of Brooklyn. And I served in that capacity for almost 8 years. And then I ran for Congress from that position as deputy borough president of Brooklyn. I ran for Congress after Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm. I was able to take the Shirley Chisholm seat. Shirley Chisholm was the first Black woman to serve in the United States House of Representatives. And Shirley Chisholm supported me for her seat. And of course, we were always very good friends. And I never forget, in terms of at her eulogy, how when I spoke and I talked about how terrific she was, as a person, and that we sort of were from a political setting. But the point is that as a human being, just working in the community as a teacher, the kind of person that Shirley Chisholm was before she went to Congress and before she ran for president of the United States and all that, she was a person that if she saw something that was wrong, she worked real hard to try and make it right. That was Shirley Chisholm. And I would say something else about her. She had a mouth. She didn't mind. She didn't mind. She didn't mind saying that. Oh, I'm telling you. I mean, she would let you have it. I mean, and I admired that so much about her. And of course, she's always threatened to knock people out and things like that. But the point was, she only weighed 99 pounds. size 2.
He was tough, a pistol.
But she always talked real tough. But what a great lady, though. She was, terrific individual, and who had the ability to motivate people. And through that process, I think a lot of folks got involved in the political arena as a result of Shirley Chisholm's involvement.
Oh, wow. Well, I know what got me is that you did this, and then your son ended up following in your footsteps as well. So how did you influence him or encourage him to do such a thing?
Well,
Daryl.
Daryl. He would be around. He would see things going on. And I never get one of the high moments in my life was when they swore us in, and said that this was the first father and son elected officials in the state of New York. And this at that time, it was the first father and son. They had no other. And they swore us in at the same time. Federal judge swore me in, and then a state judge swore my son in at the same event. We ran the same year, and he won. And then I, of course, it was in 1992. And of course, I won the same year, won re-election, and he ran and won the seat. And of course, that was a good feeling. I'll never forget that Sunday. Church was packed, and of course, the swearing-in ceremony took place. The television's all out there. And then, of course, he stayed in the assembly for 19 years. He served in representing the Cypress Hills, Bushwick area, and he did it for 19. And then after leaving the assembly, he became the housing commissioner for the state, and he served in that capacity for about 5 years. And then he retired from that and said no more politics and went to American Airlines. So, that's.
I ain't mad at him. I had a chance to work with him in the community, and he was very effective in the community, very visual in the community. And we did things inside of his office, outside of his office, door to door. So that's beautiful. Sometimes I guess you paid your dues as much as you're going to pay him. You know what I mean? And do all that you can do to make a difference. So every place you go, you are supposed to make a difference. So you could see the how they say, the popcorn leading all the way up to where you got to go. You know what I mean? To make sure you, I guess, circle back into the right way. But wow. So you're a dad, you're a husband, you're a family man, you're active, and you seem to stay this way. I mean, you seem to actually stay this way.
I enjoy
Now
it.
you got a passion for health. So it's not just people and not just Black people, but you got a passion to help people with their health. Do you know anything about kidney disease or diabetes? Because the section we're working in have to deal with obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, all of those things. The numbers is off the charts in the East New York section. That's one of the reasons why we moved over there. And I mean, how do you feel about this? You know what I mean? Because we meet weekly, we talk, all the time, and we're trying to make a difference and trying to be a people of action.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm excited about. The fact that how this whole Rise Up concept is to get information out. You have people that have the disease, kidney disease, and do not know that there's a possibility of a transplant. They do not know that. And you have folks that don't realize in terms of some things that we can do that might be able to avoid, the serious kind of a problem. So this is what I'm really excited about, is that we have people that is working with us that have gone through it, have had transplants, that have people that have given of themselves, given a kidney to someone else. And we have all that working within this group. And I just think that is marvelous, that to have that kind of knowledge, to be able to take it out to the community and so the community can benefit from it. So that to me, and as we make contact with the elected officials and with the different organizations here, pointing out how important this is. And it's amazing how folks don't know. They just really, really don't know. And getting it out to help them to be able to make the right kind of decision, and to be able to get help. And there's a lot of things that can be done. And of course, the way we're going, they will be done. So I must admit that if we continue to move in the direction, that we're going, we now have an office that is in the East New York section, on Cozine, 240 Cozine, that which is right here in the community saying, hey, we plan to serve you. We plan to be there with you. We plan to help you get through whatever the problems are. And if we can assist, you just call on us and let us know. And we're going to be out there with you making a difference. And I must admit, it's headed by a doctor by the name of Barry Smith. I'm so impressed with him because of his commitment, to this particular cause, and that the point where he attends the community boards, that's the people that do the planning for the local area and all that, and he is a part of that discussion as well, to the point where they said that he is considered an honorary member of that community board. Now, I mean, really, honorary, I'd never heard of an honorary member of a community board, but of course they said that's a title that he has, and because he would like to know what the needs of the community might be. And one way to get it is by going into the community board, talking to the people that are involved in the various agencies in the community, talking to the people in the community. And of course, through that process, he's able to pick up a lot of information and to be able to move forward. And not only that, we also established an advisory board, that advisory board of people that also have tremendous contact within the community that can feed to the staff of the organization to tell them in terms of what the needs are and how those needs can be met. So I think that's very, very good. So I'm excited in a time when it's hard to be excited, but I am. You know, yeah, I am, because of the fact that
Yes.
people are responding.
Yeah. No, that's a good thing. To be excited about what you do, be passionate about what you do. You know what I mean? You working with people in the public, it's not always easy, but when you love it, you could get so much stuff done together. It takes teamwork to make the dream work. Archbishop Rockford always say, nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. So we giving some love out and a little bit of everything. What I wanted to thank you publicly is because when my parents died, when I was 18 and 20, and the people didn't want to give me the money to I was entitled to. Then my parents worked very hard and followed
Right.
the army, all that kind of stuff. You wrote one little letter. Whatever you wrote in that letter, not only did they give me the money I was supposed to get, even back money. So every time I see you, I can just remember that. You know what I mean? So I just want to thank you publicly for helping me with that. That helped me to survive when I lost my parents and what have you. That was a really beautiful thing you did, your office did, and how you led that kind of thing. Some people don't take anybody young serious or want to be bothered with them and their problem. It's one thing to take an office and just have a title, but you didn't only have a title, you did your thing. You went all the way there. You know what I mean? And you drove that thing home. I'm telling you, people, they start coughing the money up. I never seen so much money. I made a bank account and everything. I was able to live and to survive because you helped me. I came to your office, told you my problem. You wrote them a letter. Bam.
Yeah,
they learned to listen to me. They wasn't listening to me with my voice by myself. It took your voice. So I will always be grateful and thankful for that. A billion blessings to you. Let God do it all for you. He's doing it. He has been doing it.
Thank
Woo!
you.
That's all I can say about that.
Thank you.
Is there anything we've missed or anything you'd like to say? Because there might be somebody out there running for office or somebody out there passionate about their community. Can you give any words of encouragement or advice before I end the show?
Yeah, well, actually, what I never forget that as a youngster, I had an opportunity to hear Dr. Martin Luther King. This was like many, many years ago. As you know, he's been no longer with us for many, many years. But the point is that he said something that I've always held on to, and I think it has meant a whole lot to me. He said, I cannot be what I ought to be until the world is what it should be. And which means that you have to do things. If you can help somebody, you need to do it. I mean, and of course, the other thing that, when you're out there doing things, there will always be something in your way. Well, if there's nothing in your way, that means you're not going anywhere. So you can always recognize that when something is in your way, that means you're on your way. And that is philosophy that I hold on to, that expecting to have, some ups and some downs. But I also know the bigger I make God's name, the smaller all of my problems will become. So it's been that kind of ride for me over the years. And of course, through it all, I've had a good run, a good run. I mean, I can say in terms of from teaching at the university to working at Beth Israel Medical Center in administrative capacity, serving in the Congress, having the opportunity to chair the Congressional Black Caucus, had an opportunity to chair a full committee in the United States House of Representatives called the Oversight Committee, had an opportunity to chair it. And of course, I can't ask for too much more other than to be able to give back whatever I can to those that paved the way for me. Shirley Chisholm, Willie Thompson, Wesley D. Mack Holder, people like that. I mean, were out there fighting for me. A woman by the name of Frances Abracia Minto, who's now 107 years old. At the age of 106, she had coronavirus, came through it, still alive, 107 years old. Was a person that worked very closely with me down through the years and had a lot to do with me being the first Black district leader in the East New York, Cypress Hills area. I'll never forget, I went to her and said to her, let's form a coalition. You're white and I'm Black. And if we form a coalition and you get whites to be supportive of me and I get Blacks to be supportive of you, and we work together, we can make a difference. And of course, we did it. We won the election and we became friends. And to this day, we still, we served together for many, many years. And of course, I was at her 100th birthday and I was at her 106th birthday. And of course, every time I get a chance, I'll be at her next birthday. Thank God, if we both continue to live. And I'll never forget her. She was also one that was supportive of me and understood me and what I was trying to do and why I was trying to do it. So she is, as I indicated, she went through Corona, but she survived it and still with us. And yes, all those are moments to get me, moving moments. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, Congressman, I do appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you coming on the show, giving your words and your pearls of wisdom, dropping gold nuggets, and telling us about your journey and part of your life and your family. And I thank your family for even sharing you with us. And I look forward to again working with you in and through the community.
Yes.
The days are getting warmer, so we definitely got to hit the streets, right?
No doubt.
Get on out there. That's right. Roll up our sleeves. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm ready too.
I know that's right.
Change. I'm ready to see it because I think that the time has come when we should begin to turn things around. And I think we're in a position to do so. And I look forward to working with you and making that a reality. Thank you so much.
Yes. Well, you have a great night, and thank you once again. And I'm glad we didn't forget anything. So.
No way. Always a pleasure.
And we covered it all, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Keep hope alive, if Jesse Jackson can say.
Hope is really alive, ain't it? So thank God for the hope. So good night, sir, and thank you again, and see you soon. When I'm clear to get out of here. Well, guys, didn't I tell you? Wow. Pearls of wisdom. I love wisdom. I could just sit. I see a lot of people were sitting at Jesus' feet to hear that wisdom. That wisdom is something else. Take you a long way. We don't know everything. Well, anywho, next week, my guest is one of the Brown brothers. That's right, Jeffrey Brown. That's right. That's my guest. And prayers and love go to the Sorrell George family, a beautiful warrior, an excellent warrior who we will never forget in our hearts and love and everything. We got a chance to interview each other on each other's show. So she will be greatly missed. My heart is really torn up about that. Morris Cook, my heart is torn up about another warrior that I had a chance to work with and get transplanted with and dialyzed with. So I pray for them. I pray for Ugertha Hooks, what do you call it? Deaconess Ugertha Hooks' family. She had went on to be with the Lord as well. So we praying for you, and we'll never forget you. We love you, V for victory, and thank you again for your love, your support, and your strength. Bless your life. Bye. Lisa Baxter. Peace. Good night.
Y'all ready for this? Yeah.
My girl, and say,
This is the Lisa Baxter Show, giving you the 411 and the kidney one.
my girl, and say,
This is